All right, so the first headline that I have for you is really important because it really shows what I've been, introducing this video as. This is from ibtimes.co.in, and it reads, World War will begin within 4 weeks, warned Russian military analyst. All right, and pretty much what they have been saying, because, I could read the article, but I'm going to give you the gist of it because everything else that I prepare for you in the podcast is kind of the same thing, but, in a nutshell. I want to take that away, and actually I want to go into the individual articles so you can have the full information. So what they're saying in this headline, they're saying that, the analysts have been looking at everything that has been unfolding this past week and a half, with the troop buildup, with, the movements from Russia, the movements from the Ukraine, the involvement of NATO, the rhetoric from the United States. All of those things being put into consideration is making them feel, this analyst saying that the possibility of war in the next 4 weeks, in the next month, it's a real possibility. So we have to pay attention to that. We have to make sure that we understand what we're seeing, because at any moment the nukes can start flying, because right now they are actually fighting already. Right? There's parts of Ukraine and Russia and places like that where the city is called Donbass, I think that's how it's pronounced, where they have saying that the bullets are flying already. Mortars are already going through, blowing up everywhere. The video has come out where it's, you can hear the sound of bombs going off. So as far as we know, as far as I know, bullets are already flying between Ukraine and Russia. And that is really important because eventually the United States is going to get involved, which we kind of have, but indirectly. And NATO is going to get involved. And Russia is really going to be very concerned about, the United States and NATO being involved, to where they're going to give the ultimatum. Eventually it's going to come, but we just don't know when. Now, I have a quote. I got this from TrueNews.com, and they do excellent reporting. And as I've disclosed here in the past, I do listen to what they say, and I've actually got this still from them. And this is from Alexei Arestrovich, representative in the Trilateral Contact Group in Donbass, and this is on the side of Ukraine. Quote, a large-scale NATO exercise called Defender Europe 2021 has begun, which means protect Europe. The scenario is that from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea, we are practicing for, well, let's put it directly, the war with Russia. The scenario of armed confrontation with Russia. The active phase of these exercises is May through June, and now the preparation has begun. Deployment of forces, logistics, transfer of equipment, which is also an element of the exercise. Okay, and the reason that this quote is very important is because they're telling people, exactly why they're preparing, because they know there's going to be a war with Russia. When? We don't know. Eventually it's going to happen. For the Russian analysts, they think it's going to be in the next month. But even if it's not in the next month, NATO, United States, and what was it in the video? Like 28 other countries are going to come together and they're going to exercise in this manner. All right, so here's the thing. It has happened in the past where we really thought we were about to go to war, okay? For example, when Obama was in office, I don't remember all the details, but just going off memory, I remember that there was a strike somewhere. And it was really, at that moment up to Putin to know what to do, for us to know what he was going to do. Because he did warn that if something specific happened, that he was going to retaliate. And that specific thing did happen, but then he didn't retaliate. All right, that was one of the moments when we thought, holy crap, we're about to go to war. All right, World War III is about to start. The other one is where, all of Russia, or at least 40 million citizens of Russia, they practiced to go into bunkers, what to do in a nuke, getting in their area or in their city, exactly how, bunkers and what to put in it and stuff like that. Those things were being practiced in Russia. That was another moment where we thought we were going to go to war against them because they're getting prepared. At least Russia is getting their people prepared, if not for something that hasn't happened yet, but at least they have the knowledge for it. the spirit of preparedness is in the Russian people. You know, they know what to do, they know where to go, and they know what to expect. Here in the United States, they don't tell us anything. You know, it's mainly the alternative media and people like me, you know, preppers, that tell you, hey, this is what's going on, this is how you can prepare. But Russia is getting their people ready, they're getting ready, and they're moving equipment. Even though it's within their own border, they're moving equipment, making sure that if NATO gets involved, they're going to bring out the heavy guns, all right? Right now, Ukraine and Russia may be shooting at each other, you know, just here and there, and, you know, some bombs flying here and there, but nothing major. It will eventually get to that point. So this is the reason why Ukraine wants to do this, you know, a certain thing now.
The Man-Made Survival Show.